Dillon did this week what NFL teams honestly were afraid that he was going to do. He did nothing wrong, but this is what they were afraid of. He was on the New Heights podcast with Jason and Travis Kelce and commented on his son, Shedeur, who's, of course, a quarterback on the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland is a city built on heartbreak and hope. A place that's seen legends rise, dreams collapse, and fans keep believing anyway. But this season feels different. The noise is louder, the tension heavier, and the faith thinner than ever. Yet somewhere on that sideline, calm amid the chaos, sits a young quarterback with fire in his eyes and destiny in his hands. His name is Shedeur Sanders, and his moment is coming. Kevin Stefanski gave an important update on the Browns. Quarterback Dillon Gabriel is currently dealing with some tightness in his hamstring, which has slightly limited his workload in practice. Stefanski said the team is being cautious with him, emphasizing that it's nothing serious, but they don't want to risk making it worse. Gabriel's movement and mobility are key parts of his game, so the staff is monitoring his condition closely to make sure he's fully healthy before taking on a heavier practice load. The expectation is that he'll be back to full speed soon, though the Browns will continue rotating reps at quarterback during the week. As for rookie Sanders, Stefanski confirmed that he's fine after dealing with some soreness in his throwing shoulder. The issue came up following last week's physical matchup, but treatment and rest have helped him recover quickly. The coach said there's no concern moving forward, and Sanders has been fully involved in meetings and film sessions. Dillon Sanders appeared on the New Heights podcast with Jason and Travis Kelce in what was supposed to be a lighthearted, fun conversation about football, family, and life in the spotlight. The show, known for its relaxed and unscripted energy, gave Dillon the perfect stage to be himself. Charismatic, confident, and effortlessly entertaining. In between jokes and stories, the conversation turned toward his family and, naturally, his son Sanders, who's currently with the Cleveland Browns. Dillon spoke proudly about his son's dedication, his focus in the film room, and the way he carries himself under pressure. It was a small, almost casual remark, not a demand, not a complaint, just a father expressing confidence in his son. But this is Dillon Sanders we're talking about. And when primetime speaks, the sports world listens. Within hours, that single line was clipped, shared, and dissected across every platform imaginable. Within just a few hours, Dillon Sanders' innocent fatherly comment had snowballed into full-blown breaking news. What was supposed to be a proud dad moment suddenly became the hottest headline in sports media. Major outlets from ESPN to Bleacher Report plastered it across their front pages with bold captions like, "Dillon says it's time in Cleveland." Social media caught fire almost instantly. Twitter timelines filled with fan theories and memes. Instagram stories were flooded with highlights, and TikTok edits labeled him Cleveland's next king. Fans rushed to online stores to order custom Sanders #2 Browns jerseys, while others flooded comment sections with arguments about whether was ready to take over. Even talk shows outside the sports world couldn't resist chiming in. Some praised Dillon for believing in his son. Others accused him of stirring drama in Cleveland's already unstable quarterback situation. Suddenly, a single offhand line from a podcast turned into a national conversation about nepotism, opportunity, and the future of the Browns. The Browns were already struggling mightily on offense, and the latest swirl of rumors only poured gasoline on an already blazing fire. What was once quiet frustration in the locker room has now turned into visible tension. Reports from Team I, insiders suggest that the players are divided, some still standing behind the current quarterback rotation, while others quietly believe that a change is inevitable. Every missed throw, every stalled drive, and every red zone failure adds more pressure to a coaching staff already under the microscope. Head coach Kevin Stefanski and his team insist they're staying focused and drowning out the noise. But the truth is, the noise has become impossible to ignore. Every time the Browns' offense takes the field, the crowd buzzes with anticipation, waiting for something, anything, to spark life into the team. But when another drive ends in disappointment, that buzz turns into a chant echoing through the stadium. Put in, put in. What began as social media chatter has now turned into a live soundtrack for the Browns' home games. Players can hear it, coaches can feel it, and the cameras capture every uncomfortable reaction on the sideline. The atmosphere in Cleveland feels like a powder keg waiting for one spark to explode. The Browns' season, once filled with promise, now hangs in delicate balance, trapped between the loyalty to veterans and the growing belief that the future, and maybe salvation itself, sits quietly on the bench, wearing number 2, Sanders. Cleveland's offense looks completely lost, like a band playing different songs at the same time. Routes crash into each other, timing is off, and plays unravel before they even begin. The communication breakdown is obvious. Meanwhile, the defense is doing everything humanly possible to keep this team alive. Week after week, they fight like warriors, forcing turnovers, shutting down elite offenses, and keeping games close. But every time they walk off the field, exhausted and beaten down, the offense gives the ball right back. You can see it in their body language, hands on hips, helmets shaking in disbelief, silent frustration written across every face. It's not just poor execution, it's a lack of identity. No rhythm, no flow, no spark. It feels like 11 individuals trying to survive instead of a unit trying to win. And while the defense continues to carry the weight, the offense keeps collapsing under its own confusion. Joe Flacco was supposed to be the steady veteran hand, the calm, experienced leader who could bring structure to chaos. Instead, every dropback now looks like he's moving through wet cement, stuck between hesitation and exhaustion. His once precise timing has vanished, and his deep ball accuracy, once his trademark, has become unreliable. Defenses sense it too. They blitz fearlessly, knowing Flacco won't escape the pocket. Coaches continue to preach patience, repeating the same phrase: trust the process. But the fans can see it clearly. That process is crumbling. Flacco's leadership, while respected, can't mask the reality that his body isn't keeping up with the modern game's speed. The offense looks predictable with him under center, and every 3 and out feels heavier than the last. The myth of the veteran savior has turned into frustration, leaving Cleveland desperate for a change, and all eyes fixed on Sanders. Every broadcast now finds the same shot. Sanders on the sideline, calm, focused, unshaken. He's not clapping or pacing like most backups. He's studying. His tablet never leaves his hands, and his eyes track every defensive alignment, every coverage shift. There's no frustration, no impatience, just quiet readiness. You can feel the energy around him. Teammates glance his way after failed drives, almost searching for a spark. The camera lingers a little longer each time, catching that look in his eyes. Not nervous, not unsure, but certain. He knows what's coming. It's a rare kind of composure, the kind that separates those waiting for a chance from those preparing for isn't asking for the spotlight. He's earning it in silence. And as Cleveland's offense continues to stumble, that stillness on the sideline feels louder than any cheer. A calm before the storm that's getting closer by the week. Inside the locker room, whispers are growing louder with every passing day. Some players quietly admit it's only a matter of time before gets the nod. Others remain loyal to the current plan, insisting the team needs stability, not more change. But the tension is undeniable. Every meeting, every practice rep feels heavier now. The phrase, "trust the process," still echoes through the halls, but it's lost its meaning. A slogan without belief behind it. Players aren't just playing for wins anymore. They're bracing for the inevitable shift that everyone senses is coming. Dillon Gabriel was supposed to be the bridge. A temporary fix until the future arrived. Instead, he's become the symbol of Cleveland's offensive dysfunction. Every snap feels rushed, every throw uncertain. His size limits his vision over the line, and his rhythm disappears the moment pressure comes. Defenses have figured him out, daring him to throw deep because they don't believe he can beat them that way. What was once a cautious plan has turned into a weekly struggle. The chants are getting louder now. "Put in! Put in!" They echo through the stadium like a drumbeat of destiny. Fans have made up their minds. They're done waiting for potential and excuses. The Browns need a spark, and everyone knows exactly where it is, standing calm on the sideline in number 2. Even broadcasters can't resist cutting to him after every failed drive. Each camera shot feels like a countdown, every chant like a challenge.